Hello and welcome to Awaken Wednesday. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Sarah McLean, and we've been doing this for a while. Today, I wanted to focus a little bit on how to be more resilient. I know some of you have heard this if you've been listening to this for a while, but I think I've been teaching this same kind of thing for 20, 28, 29, maybe 30 years. And I can hear it again and again and again because as the Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, you cannot step into the same river twice because new water is always flowing in. You can't have the same relationship all the time because you're different if you're actually working on yourself, and everybody else is different. Just like you can't step into the same moment twice. So even though I might have said this before, I really invite you to don your beginner's mind, and let's take a look at what it takes to be more resilient, what it takes to be more resilient. And as I told some of you, I'm heading off to teach some leaders how to be more resilient. One way that I know of is to become ridiculously in charge of your attention. That's just a phrase that a leadership trainer has used, to become ridiculously in charge of your attention. Now, what does that really mean? It means to be mindful. It means to pay attention on purpose to what you're doing while you're doing it, to be right here, right now, and refraining from judging it as good or bad, but simply bringing your whole presence to this moment. And notice what kind of tugs at you, what distracts you, whether it's an old story about some event that happened years ago that doesn't let you see clearly in this moment, or whether it's some distracting conversation you're having in your mind, or whether it's some stressful experience you had earlier that you bring with you into this moment. And so really, to be resilient, you have to be in charge of your attention. You cannot be hijacked by other people's drama or your own drama. And this takes a commitment. We all have the gift of being able to pay attention. Every single one of us has the gift of being able to pay attention. How you use that gift is really what can create a good life, what can create a great life out of a good life. And so what does that mean? Paying attention on purpose, being ridiculously in charge of your attention, means that you can pay attention to what you want, when you want, and how you want. Whether it's something out there, a person, an experience, something you're engaging in, an activity, a project, or the world out there at large. And it also includes being able to turn your attention inward and pay attention to what's going on right here, right now. What is going on right here, right now with you? So let's take a moment and have a mindful moment where you turn your attention inward. In yoga, this is called Prachahara, drawing your senses inward or withdrawing your senses, bringing them into the interior landscape. And asking yourself the question, how am I doing right now? Without a whole lot of judgment, just enjoying the experience, whether it's a physical experience, an emotional experience, energetic experience. Turning your attention inward. What is here now? Inviting yourself to relax in this moment. And tuning into the interior soundscape, sensationscape, emotional landscape. Simply observing without making a whole lot of judgments. Maybe you even see something in your mind's eye. And as if it's a movie, simply witness it. The colors, the images, the shapes. Now I invite you to slowly begin to open your eyes, but stay in touch with that witnessing experience. The observer, as you open your eyes slowly and notice the light coming in. Notice the shapes around you. All the while noticing the one who is noticing. Noticing the sounds around you. And tuning into the textures of the sounds, the rhythms of the sounds, rather than judging them as good or bad. Who is this one who's listening right now? Turning your attention to you rather than the objects of your experience. So we began this conversation with mindfulness and being in charge of your attention, and how attention is a gift that everybody's got. It's how you use it that's so important. You can open your eyes if you like, if they're closed. So there's one constant in every experience, every situation, every relationship that you're in. And that one constant is you, your presence, your attention. And your attention is a currency. It's running through you. You get to decide how you're going to pay it. You get to decide who gets some of it and who doesn't. But it's important for you to decide it rather than the drama outside of you or somebody else who's vying for your attention because that's what they need to be happy. So attention is a currency, and how you pay attention is how I think it affects the quality of your life and the quality of those people in your life, whether it's people or pets, your job, your experiences. Your attention is the ingredient between you and everything else. And I would even suggest that your attention is love. Your unadulterated attention, your unencumbered attention is love. You know what it feels like to pay attention with a certain, I'd have to say passenger, whether the passenger is being critical or jealous or angry or impatient or separateness. But attention itself doesn't have a passenger. You just allow one to ride along with it. And when we become aware of that, we can change, we can ask them to get off the bus, right? We can ask them to get out of the car. We can decide who our passengers are, who we're going to pick up along the way. Who are we going to allow to hitchhike onto our attention? What qualities would you like to invite to ride along with your attention? So today I wanted to talk a little bit about what that resilience, how to come back to this moment, that pure attention, that deliberate paying attention, and to be self-aware about what you're inviting to or who you're inviting to ride along with it. So attention. When you're stressed out, and I'm actually going to invite you to close your eyes again, and we'll just do a little quick visualization, and then we're going to do some practices. So I invite you to close your eyes and think of a situation over the past week that may have really stressed you out, that really made you feel a little tense or angry or upset or sad. or anxious or impatient. And see that situation in your mind's eye. Notice how you behaved. Notice what choices you made. Seeing yourself in your mind's eye, notice how you treated the people or objects around you. When you were stressed out, how did you physically feel? Did you feel expanded, contracted? Was your attention hijacked? What choices did you make in terms of how you moved or acted? And then what did you do to recover your peace? What did you do to recover, to bounce back? And is there something, if you didn't do anything, is there something you would do differently if you had your full awareness and commitment to it? So resilience is about bringing your awareness into every activity, every stressful moment, and being able to gather your attention, make a difference, and change it so that you are fully aware of how you're being and responding. And this is something that a nervous system, your nervous system, has to cultivate, or you could cultivate it through your behaviors. So back to the question, when you're stressed out, how did your body feel? Did your heart race or did you feel tense? Did you feel cold or hot? Did you hold your breath? Resilience requires you to have a tone in your nervous system where you notice physically or emotionally how you feel and you make a different choice. I'm going to invite you with your eyes closed to just experience a few of what I call Peacefinder practices that you can invite into any situation, and then we'll move into a meditation. So right now, and in any stressful moment, you can deepen your breath as you breathe in and out through your nostrils at your own pace. Breathing in slowly and fully through your nose, and exhaling slowly and fully through your nose. Letting your whole body soften with the breaths. When you take 3 long, slow, deep breaths, it sends a signal to your body that it's okay to relax right here, right now. Another Peacefinder practice would be to count your breaths. We're doing it now with your eyes closed, but you can also do it in any moment with your eyes open. Silently count each breath. In, count 1. Out, count 2, and so on, all the way to 10. We'll do this for a minute or so. And your whole body be soft. Another Peacefinder practice is to scan your body and bring your attention to the sensations that you feel. Start with the top of your head if you like. Scanning your body from the top down, side to side, front and back, inviting relaxation as you go. Softening your forehead and your mouth, lowering your shoulders and softening your belly. Do this at your own pace without any judgment, just inviting presence and comfort into this moment. Another Peacefinder practice is to pay attention to each one of your senses. Right now, notice what you hear and the sounds you hear in this moment. Some sounds might be constant, while others arise and return to the silence. Tuning into the body once again, notice the sensations that are here, whether it's those contact points where your hands might be resting on your lap or the ground under your feet. Noticing the various sensations of heat, coolness, moistness, dryness. Refraining from judgment, simply noticing. Tuning in also to the emotions that are here. Maybe they express themselves as a physical sensation. And now bring your attention to what you see with your eyes closed, or you can do this while they're open. It's the quality of light, of shadows, of shapes, colors, the distance between things. Some objects are shiny. If your eyes are closed, just simply noticing the light coming through your eyelids or the play of images in your mind. Tuning in now to whatever you taste, whatever flavors are in your mouth. The senses are always right here, right now. And if you don't sense any flavors, you can simply open your mouth and let the air, the inhale, make its way around and over your tongue. And then tuning in to the sense of smell. Are there any aromas in your environment, or have they faded? Perhaps the smell of freshly washed hair, coffee, flowers, the fresh air. Tuning into the senses is a great way to bring your attention right here, right now. Another practice is to say a prayer or an affirmation. I'm going to guide us into this as the rest of our practice. I'm going to invite you to be sure you're completely comfortable. And invite your favorite affirmation or one I share with you. Breathing in, I embrace gentle, open awareness. Breathing out, I accept this moment as it is. Breathing in, I embrace gentle, open awareness. Breathing out, I accept everything as it is. Silently repeating this or whatever your favorite affirmation is with each breath at a comfortable pace. We'll practice this for a few minutes. Anytime you notice your attention is drifting away, bring it back. This is how you create that mindfulness muscle. And be kind to yourself. And letting go of the affirmations, simply attend to the breath at its own rhythm and depth without trying to change it. Being mindful of the inhale and the exhale, noticing the pauses between each breath. There's no particular feeling you should be feeling. It's okay if you have thoughts, simply come back to the breath, which is right here, right now. And we'll practice one more Peacefinder practice with your eyes closed. On your left hand, with each finger, identify something that you're grateful for in this moment. Take your time, let it come to you. And on your right hand, with each finger, identify at least one thing that you're grateful for about yourself, about your life. And before we close the meditation, I'd like to leave you with 2 more affirmations that you can say silently at your own pace. I embrace the comfort and joy that is always present. There is peace in this moment. So we'll be coming out of meditation slowly, and I invite you to keep your eyes closed for just a little bit longer. One of the other Peacefinder practices is to move slowly, because we tend to rush when the body is stressed. So moving more slowly and inviting the slower pace, especially coming out of meditation, gives your nervous system a break. So what does coming out of meditation slowly feel like for you? Perhaps you stretch into the space around you or keep your eyes closed for a little while longer than you usually do. Perhaps you start to tune into the sounds around you or deepen your breath slowly, luxuriously. Like waking up from a nap or a good night's sleep and you don't have anything to do. Giving yourself that spaciousness. And notice where your attention is going right now. Is it moving into your to-do list? Are you letting yourself luxuriate in how you're feeling? Just notice what's capturing your attention inside, if that's where you want to pay it. So I like to close my meditations by bringing my hands together, resting my thumbs lightly on the breastbone, and bowing to that love that lives through me, that lives through you as you. So thank you for joining me today. It's such a pleasure to be with you. I'd love to hear how you're doing. So if you want to put it in the chat, feel free. These are called Peacefinder practices, and there's a whole list of them. I have to find the link on my website, but it's McLeanmeditation.com, and it'll be in the blog. You can just search for it. These are great ways to come back and be resilient, coming back to this moment, coming back to peace, even no matter what is going on out there, even if you've got a really good reason not to be peaceful. And we all have those sometimes, but to be able to give your body a break, to give your mind a break, give your brain a break. Because if you can cultivate peace for yourself, not just for the world, you're going to reduce your aging, you're going to increase your immune system's ability to fight whatever it is it needs to fight. You're going to be able to have a whole restful awareness experience. No pressure on your cardiovascular system. You'll have less clumping of your platelets. I mean, it really is a physical benefit. Peace is physical. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to stop recording now.